Hi, I'm Matt with Main Street Medina, and welcome to another edition of Medina Minute. Today we're here at the historic Farmers Exchange in Southtown, and we're going to meet some faces and some friends from around town. Come on in and join me. Diane Smith from Lemonberry Frozen Yogurt. Diane, thanks for coming out today for Medina Minute. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Matt.
How did you end up owning a yogurt store, frozen yogurt store in Medina, Ohio?
You know what? My family's from Medina,
okay.
And all I've ever done my whole life is food.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way? Tell me more about that. Like, are you a chef, or you just like to eat?
Well, from the time my dad dropped me off at a restaurant and said, go in there and get a job when I was 16, and started washing dishes and working my way up to, you know, all the way to getting a master's degree in finance and knowing how to run an organization.
Okay.
That's a little bit of my background. My day-to-day, though, since 1984, has been working in food and nutrition and retail inside hospitals.
Really?
Yeah, so I do that for Summa Health. I run all of their food, nutrition, retail, anything that has to do with that at Summa. That's my role.
So do you help like craft the menus or the food being served at the hospital?
Yeah, I do. And we have a team, of course. We have chefs that are especially good at menus. We have dietitians that approve menus. We have a very, very talented team across 4 hospitals, and we have a lot of retail services inside those hospitals too.
Yeah. What in your life, other than your dad making you get a job, how did your life path end up being in food and nutrition? Like, is that something that's inherent to you? Do you work out? You're health conscious? Where does that come from?
So I used to work out 4 days a week till I bought Lemonberry.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was in great shape. Now I'm just okay. But yeah, you know, being in healthcare, I knew that yogurt was, you know, way better than ice cream as far as what's good for you.
Okay.
So that's why we own a yogurt shop. We do sell gelatos and ice cream and, you know, drinks and other things in our store.
Yeah, you've been expanding the menu and the offerings a little bit.
I have been, you know, but I guess I just never wanted to leave food and nutrition and restaurants. Okay. It makes me happy to see my customers happy and to take care of my employees. So, you know, I have about 300 employees at Summa Health, and we have a little over 10 employees at each of our Lemonberry stores. So there's a lot of opportunity to, you know, impart my knowledge and have them love the work and transfer that love to, you know, the way that we serve our customers.
Sure. Do you own just the Lemonberry here in Medina, or do you own other locations?
Yeah, Lemonberry is my wife and I, Sandra's own brand. We're the sole owners. We have a location in Brecksville in addition to Medina.
Very cool. How do you decide the flavors? And I gotta say, in all fairness, I can look out my window, my office window, and I see Lemonberry, and that's, if I'm having like a down afternoon or I need a little bit of a push to get through because I didn't bring enough lunch, that's my go-to.
Yeah.
It's usually gonna be, I loved it when you had the eggnog yogurt, Spanish peanuts, a little bit of granola. But is there like this catalog of flavors, or do you guys get to create what comes in there?
Yeah, we just keep our customers in mind as we select the flavors. We try to keep it interesting, but the girls interact with the customers, and then we have a board. It's like a whiteboard that they can do a dry eraser on, and they're constantly leaving me notes that say, hey, a customer said they'd love to have Dole pineapple sorbet, or whatever the flavor is. We have it's summertime now, so right now it's a lot of fruits, a lot of lighter product, and you know, Lemonberry is really good at not the heavy ice cream that sits in your belly and makes you feel full and makes you go, gosh, why did I eat all that? You know, Lemonberry, you can eat it and you feel pretty good afterwards, unless You got a ton of cookie dough on there.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been your most popular flavor?
You know what? It's always just vanilla.
Really?
I think any ice cream, yogurt type of store, vanilla's going to be number one. Chocolate's going to be number two. At our store, we had a machine break for about a month, and so we had to decide, well, what are we going to do? We can't have all of our flavors, so we eliminated tart. Tart's not a big seller for us, but it turned out that there were a lot of people who said,
really like it.
"Where's the tart?" It's
Yeah.
like Greek yogurt, but it's frozen.
Okay.
And so as soon as we got the machine back up and running, we got the tart back, and boy, were people relieved. So
I have never tried the tart, because to me it always sounded like, ooh, it's going to be like a sweet tart or something.
oh, okay.
But it's not really tart.
It's a
just
little
not
bit like
sweet.
Greek yogurt, a little
All right.
sour, yeah, and creamy, and it's good. But you either like it or you don't.
Yeah. What's your favorite flavor?
My favorite, we have a coffee gelato,
Okay.
and we also have a cherry with toasted almonds. And then if I,
had
can
that.
just,
That was good.
you did.
That was very good.
If
yeah.
you mix a little bit of your Spanish peanuts in there, I'll bet
Yes.
you it's even better.
Yes, sir. It is. It is.
And I had a little dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite topping? How many? Wait.
Wow.
Before you answer that, how many toppings do you have?
We probably have about 80 toppings.
Okay.
And a lot of our toppings are self-serve, as you know. So
Right.
with COVID, we're able to keep about half of our toppings so that it was self-serve because they're contained in a cylinder, and we just went by and wiped it with a Clorox wipe.
Yeah.
But the other stuff, it was like a salad bar of toppings, and
Yeah.
we put that behind glass, and we had the girls serve everybody. And it's still like that, and will be for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
And that's where we get into fresh fruit. A lot of people come in because we always have fresh cut strawberries, and then seasonally we rotate through things like kiwi, blueberry, raspberries, blackberries, and things like that.
Yeah.
Right now we have 6 different types of cookie doughs. We bake our own brownies.
Which
And
smell delicious, by the way. When you open the
thanks.
door, you know what's going on.
Yeah, right? And the cones
That's
do
good.
that
Yeah,
too. We
yeah.
make our own cones. That's a new thing for us. We
Yeah.
never did ice cream cones before, but we make our own waffle cones, so that's awesome.
Nice. I'm curious, when you and your wife travel, or if you get to travel, I don't even know if you have the time, do you visit other frozen yogurt stores and kind of scope them out and see what they're doing?
How did you know that? That's amazing.
Just a guess. No, so what's it like?
You know, when we plan a trip, we stop in multiple big cities,
Yeah.
usually where they have new concepts. So we just stopped in Atlanta about 6 weeks ago, and we saw a concept that we really liked. And we had a milkshake, and it had a donut on top of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know how they survive, because they were also $15 for a milkshake.
Wow.
So we
But it's
we
Atlanta.
we listen to our customers, and I don't think in Medina or Brecksville people want to pay that.
No.
So we look at different concepts, get great ideas, and then turn them into our own concept that works here.
Is that how you came up with adding the brownies and the cones, just kind of expanding what you offered?
Yeah. One of my all-time favorite, you asked what I love. So one of my all-time favorites is a Brownie Sundae.
Nice.
So you put a nice freshly baked brownie and some hot fudge and
Yep.
some pecans and whipped cream and
Making me hungry, Dan.
vanilla ice cream or yogurt, either one.
Yeah.
And cherry on top. It's just so good with whipped cream. Yeah. So we
Just to be
we
clear,
are-
a lot of that's not on the health and nutrition spectrum of good
yeah.
stuff, but it is good stuff.
It's awesome.
It's
stuff.
delicious stuff.
Yeah.
What made you open the store in Medina? What was it about this town that you thought, I want to do this?
Yeah, so my roots go back a long ways in Medina. My grandparents and their parents and parents
Okay.
owned Bennett Lumber.
Oh, really? All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah, and matter of fact, my great-grandmother's house is a historic house. It's the White House next to the hospital.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And beautiful home, built with that Bennett lumber. And
cool.
so I have a lot of pride in Medina. My grandparents ran a lithography company,
Okay.
and that was down on Smith Road. So, you know, my roots are here.
Yeah.
I've loved Medina. I can remember going to the 007 movie theater. I can remember getting my crew cut at the barber shop. You know, everything from the time I was small till now. And
Yeah.
it's just a wonderful city.
So you raised your family here?
No, my parents moved me to the Maryland area.
Okay.
My father was a newspaperman.
Gotcha.
So we grew up there, and then in my 30s, I moved back here to raise the family.
Very cool.
Yeah,
So everyone that comes through Medina generally comes back.
that's right.
What is it, other than your family history, what is it that you love about this town? Like when you have people come to visit you, obviously you're proud of your town, you're proud of your business, you're proud of what you've done here. But what's kind of on your list of, we got to go see this, you got to taste this, we got to go do this? How do you represent Medina?
Well, one of the things I love is that just like us, a lot of people own small businesses.
Yeah.
Isn't that what America's made from? People like us that
Absolutely.
are entrepreneurial. They take a risk. I mean, here I am working at a big company, but I always had the dream of owning my own.
Yeah.
And that's America. And that's pretty awesome. And there's a lot of people right here in Medina that represent that. And so we like to go to restaurants that are local. We like to go to small stores and buy things. You know, the Medina hardware store. Is there a better hardware store anywhere?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and you know, the people that own that, they installed my grandmother and grandfather's washer dryer 40 years ago. I mean, it's
Wow.
just,
Wow.
it's a great place, and people know each other.
Yeah.
Things that happen on the square are exciting. I really think you do a great job, Matt, you know, bringing in, you know, a band to play, or whether it's, you know, classical or rock and roll or anything else, or bringing in a fair or something where
Yeah.
a lot of people that don't own a business but have that in their heart and do it out of their home and make it to the farmer's market
Right.
on Saturdays, you know, isn't that wonderful? And don't you love to watch how happy everybody is when they go to the farmer's market? Isn't it great?
Absolutely. Do you, what's in the future for Lemonberry? Like, are you gonna keep opening them, or are you gonna keep it a small thing? Are you gonna franchise this worldwide?
We don't have ambition to franchise it. We love our store, and we really care about the girls that work for us. Once in a while we have a guy work for us too, and we care about them. But the idea is for us to take care of each other. We're a Christian family, and we portray that in our store with our music and with things that are on the walls. So small town values in this day and age, I think, are kind of precious.
Yeah.
And raising your kids right, and having a safe place to bring your family, like Lemonberry, I think that's pretty incredible, and we want to continue that. We don't plan to expand very much. We would consider opening a third store, but really we just want to continue to make our customers happy, so we'll expand what we sell
Gotcha.
and make it
Gotcha.
what they want.
It sounds like you're an incredibly busy man, running a big corporate job, running the small business. Do you get downtime? Like, do you get time to just chill out and be done and do a hobby or relax?
Well, not too much hobby-wise anymore. It used to be, like I said, working out, but my wife and I just took a trip. We went to Charleston. We took 2 girls from
Oh,
Lemonberry
nice.
with us because they're our family,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Charleston, South Carolina?
yes.
Incredible place.
It
So
really
beautiful.
was. So
Just
cultural.
So beautiful.
Yeah. You know, good American historical things to see and do.
Yeah.
One of the girls from Lemonberry that was with us, she had never been to the ocean before. So,
Oh, how cool.
you know, she got to see the ocean and swim in it. you know, another one of the girls, you know, she said, we can't go in that restaurant. And I said, why not? And she goes, that's too expensive. And I said, no, we're gonna indulge. It's our last night here. Let's have a great time.
Cool.
And you can have something you've never had before.
Yeah,
so
that's neat.
yeah, we did that. That was really special. And we also went on another trip. So really just taking a whole week off.
Yeah.
After COVID now has been so enjoyable. Taking off the masks and
Right.
getting out and seeing people smile. And
Seeing faces.
yeah, isn't it great?
What's your dream trip?
Oh, wow. I guess it's just being surrounded by family and taking them
Yeah.
to a beach house. You know, pretty simple. Pretty simple.
Nice. What's in the future of frozen yogurt? Do you have any things you're going to be introducing? Give us a little sneak peek.
Well, a big hit lately has been the boba that you put on your ice cream or your
Yeah.
froyo. And now we're going to bring out boba tea and boba lemonade.
What actually is a boba? Honestly, they kind
Yeah.
of freak me out a little bit. I've only had them once. And
Okay.
Texture thing.
Yeah.
What is that? Is it gelatin?
Yeah, there's a gelatin that surrounds a flavor.
Okay.
And it pops in your mouth and it's really enjoyable. There's about probably 10 or 12 different flavors out
Really?
there. Yeah, our biggest ones that people like are strawberry, mango, and green apple, but we have pomegranate, passion fruit, orange,
Yeah.
and lots of other opportunities to put boba out in front of people too.
For the boba tea, is that like a bubble tea? Is it,
Yes.
Okay, so very similar type thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Very
kind
cool.
of a, I'd say it's been on the market probably for 5 years, but it's still not well known by everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if you just think of drinking your lemonade and then it's got some of these little things in there that pop in your mouth and they're ice cold, if you like that, or iced tea with that, pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Okay. Yeah, we just try to make it fun and
Sure,
happy.
sure.
It's a happy place. When you see little ones come in and they're energetic and they can hardly wait, and you know their parents are holding them back. No, don't take all those toppings.
Right.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, Don, thank you so much for sitting down and sharing some of your story and Lemonberry's story. Look forward to seeing what you introduce next, and I will come over and I will try the boba again.
That sounds great.
Very
We'll
cool.
look forward to having you.
Thanks so much.
All right, Matt. My pleasure.